Hi guys, I'm Jessie of Crochet by Jessie, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different that you've not seen yet on this channel. I'm back in the UK now, but I was recently in Turkey, which is my favourite place in the world to visit, and I thought I would document it and make it into a travel vlog for you guys. So without further ado, this is what I got up to for my week in Turkey. If you enjoyed this video, then please do like and subscribe, and I'm going to see if I can do further travel vlog videos like this in the future. So first of all, on my first day, we went to my favourite yarn store ever. If you guys have seen my other social media, you'll know that I don't actually take yarn with me to Turkey, purely so I can buy as much as I physically can to bring it home with me. This yarn store is really deceiving because it looks quite small on the outside, but there is so much in here, and there are so many different types of yarn as well, so it's not just standard cotton or acrylic, it's literally everything. And I'm quite fortunate because we always go here at the start of the holiday just so I can have some yarn to crochet throughout the week, because if not, I think I would go a little bit stir crazy. And just how satisfying is this store? Like, having walls completely covered in yarn is my idea of heaven. I'm really fortunate because I get to go to this yarn store every time I go to Turkey, and usually it is at the start of the holiday just so I can have a project at hand. My partner's mum actually crochets as well, so after we went to this yarn store, we went to the local wool group that they hold once a week there. She goes there regularly, but I was really happy that I could join in whilst we were away. Here is the yarn that I ended up getting. I got a couple skeins of each just so I'd have enough to make a project. I ended up getting some fairly neutral colours first, and then I went for some slightly more Halloween-y spooky colours, which you'll see in a second, and I absolutely loved them. I cannot wait to make some stuff with them soon. One thing you may or may not know about Turkey is just how beautiful the landscape is, and we went to go see the most beautiful natural waterfall which we hadn't actually seen before. And don't get me wrong, the weather is stunning, but it was so hot, and we were walking up a mountain in 30+ degree weather, so to be honest, I feel like we deserved a pat on the back after this trip. But it was well worth it because you don't get views like this in the UK, at least not where I'm based, so I was so happy just to take the views in and just really appreciate that we were not in the UK. And what made it even better is when we actually managed to get to the waterfall, not only was it beautiful, but we could actually stick our feet in the water and cool down a little bit, and I'm not complaining when I had a view like this to do so. Especially when the water is as clear as it is, because yet again, I don't really get to see this much in the UK. I will say that we did get to go to another yarn store. I love this one as well, but the first one is my favourite. But can we just appreciate the hand-dyed yarn that they have from the ceiling, because that was so cool to see. I will say that this yarn store is a little bit cluttered, and to be honest, it gives my energy with crocheting where it is quite chaotic, but when you're just having a mooch around, it is a lot to take in when there is yarn literally everywhere. But they still had some really beautiful stuff, and it's always nice to have a visit. And I can't complain too much because I was able to get an ergonomic crochet hook there for 57p. Another thing I love about Turkey is just the amount of beaches that they have. They are literally everywhere and they're so pretty. I feel like when you're at places like this, it's really hard to not be happy, just because imagine having mountains in the background and the beach right to your side as you're just walking down a street. One thing I will say about Turkey is that they have the most beautiful sunsets, and I'm always excited to see it in the evening for each day. This evening we ended up going to one of our favourite restaurants, and I think you can guess why, even based on the location alone. We ended up sitting outside and we got there right as the sun was setting, so we got to see this beautiful view. And getting to be outside is another perk, which I just feel like you don't have enough in the UK. I ended up having a frozen peach lemonade, which is my favourite drink that you can get from this place, and I got a salad bowl, but it was a chicken one, and to be honest, I really liked it, so I will definitely get it again. Another highlight of this trip, which is something we always do, is going to the local market, which takes place every Sunday morning, and it is so pretty and there's so much available. I love the markets here so much just because of the accessibility of them, the fact that it's not too crowded, and that the price is really, really good. And you can get so many things here, from fresh fruit and vegetables, as well as clothing, towels, so many different things. I will say we do have our personal favourite stall, which is one that we come back to every single time that we come to Turkey, and that is the spice stall. We always get saffron from there and we try out whatever new flavours or chili powders that they have, and it's so awesome. We also got to go on a boat trip to a place that we'd never been before, and although it looked a bit cloudy at the start, the day ended up being absolutely beautiful. I haven't been on a boat for about 1.5 years, and to be honest, it was the perfect day for it, and I really was glad that we got to go. I absolutely adore Turkey. We have been here so many times because my partner's mum and stepdad do live here, so getting to visit and getting to see the landscape of Turkey each time is so amazing, and being on a boat trip again and seeing it all up close just is an awesome experience. We were on the boat for a few hours, and at times we were able to be stationary just to appreciate the landscape around us, and other times we were moving just to see what was going on around us. But we even got to sit down and have lunch there, and this was our view for it, which is just so cool. If you guys ever end up going to Turkey, I really recommend going on a boat trip just because it's such an awesome experience and it feels really different to anything else I've ever done. I will admit that I did take my crochet project that I started away on the boat trip with us, and to be honest, it was really fun to crochet in the sun with a view like this, not something I usually get to do. It was really sad when the boat trip came to an end, but it's definitely something that we're going to be doing again in the future because it was such a fun experience. And even as we were returning, it was so cool just to see all of the different boats that they had in the area. We do come out to Turkey at lots of different times of the year, but I will say September time is a really awesome time because it's not really a touristy time, but the weather is still absolutely lovely and you really get to see some of the hidden local gems. For our final day in Turkey, we got to go to Istizu Beach, which is my absolute favourite beach. It has a turtle rehabilitation centre on site, which is just the coolest thing. I did actually take my crochet with me to hope to work on a project, but it was too windy, so I had to abandon that idea quite quickly. That is it for my Turkey travel vlog. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and if you would like to see more content like this, then do let me know in the comments below because I'd really love to do more like this. It was really fun. Thank you for watching, guys.